Okay, welcome everybody. Coach Mark here. I want to go through again some more information with you about the team leverage and our system that is definitely catching fire, a lot of momentum and interest because it is providing that solution that is necessary here in the marketplace. And we are excited about exactly everyone is really seeing the vision of really what it's going to take in the future, for a person to really be successful in this industry, and that is, really having a team and team working together. That is what really makes any dream work. There are a lot of people that are out here online trying to, be successful, trial and error with different companies, different opportunities, and, just really struggling. And then we found it's those that are successful, there's strength in numbers, and those who are rolling, together are able to leverage more effectively and get a lot more momentum. And that's what team leverage is about. That works on, both sides of the coin, both, working together aggressively, bringing, numbers of people in, but also leveraging our dollars together to passively, create financial independence for all of us. And hopefully, if our partner Neville and leader comes online here, he can definitely chime in at any time. We definitely love to hear about him, and as he is helping us navigate through, a lot of the different companies and opportunities that come our way on, where to actually put our money to work for us. So what you're looking at is one of our powerful capture page systems. This is what you want to be doing to really support the team leverage club and initiative of people that you want to get involved before, those doors are closed as we catch momentum. And soon we will basically just be working as a cooperative together once we start withdrawing, tranches from different investments. We actually won't need any more people. Our money will be multiplying out in the marketplace. And so just before I get started here, going through how to, again, operate this capture page and PowerPoint presentation, there's one thing that we see that's happening online quite a bit, and that is small amounts of money transferring back and forth in the same hands and small types of programs. You get into one Skype room, you get into one Facebook group, and you're seeing the exact same people that you see in the last company and the last leaderboard and the last chat conversation. And that is what I call the fishbowl. And that particular network of people or circle that you've been involved with, they're going to be continuing to do the same thing for the next 6 to 7 months unless they decide to make a change. And what that change is when you stop just looking to pull small amounts of money from one another on the internet and begin to leverage and combine your efforts as a team and begin to learn how to, wisely put your investments together out on the marketplace internationally, the global marketplace, where trillions of dollars are moving, and trading hands and moving, every hour. And that is the place where if you don't learn to tap in and pull resources and pull revenue from those resources, then you're just going to continue, to be in the fishbowl. So we are playing and out there and diving in the ocean with people who have experience navigating those waters, and they bring those opportunities to us in team leverage. And the real story is you're either on one side of the money, you're either on the side of the money that can get involved with these things. You have money that are in savings, or you have liquid cash that you're able to put to work for you, or you're one that needs to build up to that. Well, we definitely are looking to reach down, help out others to be able to be involved with us by creating this leverage club, which is going to allow us to partner together. So with this presentation form, as you can see at the bottom, there's an arrow, and that allows you to go through the slides. And you can also maximize those slides by just hitting this arrow, and then you're able to navigate that. So with team leverage, with this opportunity, what is a team leverage? And we call it an aggressive passive opportunity. And Warren Buffett describes it best. If you don't find a way to make money while you're asleep, you will work until you die. If you don't find a way to really leverage properly in the passive industry, along with the network of people, that you are continuing to work with in different programs, you will continue to keep trying to build a downline that keeps chasing the next shiny object until you're just not able to sustain, you know, uh, on that treadmill anymore. So how much money did you make in your sleep last night? Are you in a position where money is working for you, if you work or not? I can tell you, being on the internet full time for 8 years, I can tell you the power of residual income as I experienced just 3 years ago a triple bypass, and I was unable to turn on my family wouldn't let me, of course, do any work or touch a computer. I was not able to touch an email. I was not able to get online, but I was able to still cash checks because you position yourself in a way where you still have income coming in. Think about what that would happen, what would happen to you, not if just you lost your internet for a year, not if you just lost, all of your data in your computer for a year, but just think about if for some reason, we're all human, you should lose your health for a time period. What type of income would keep coming in for you? Well, this is what we are helping people prepare for, because either you're going to outlive your money or your money is going to definitely run out, while you still have life in you. And that is why we must properly prepare for the inevitable future that is going to require us to be self-sufficient. So you're either working for that money or it's working for you. You're either putting it in a way that it's bringing you, revenue that is able to keep your nest continuing to multiply and living off the profit or living off the interest. There's a statement that says that profits are definitely better than wages. And certainly that is the truth. So it's no secret that these private opportunities are already in place, and we've seen that the divide is just getting wider and wider of the people who have and the have-nots, and it's just simply one thing. It's the people who know and the people who know not. That is the difference. That knowledge is that power. So we're about to share again the secrets that we have with you, because that knowledge is our profit. So with Team Leverage, we've learned how to combine our efforts financially with income opportunities that make us all money at the same time. I want you to understand J. Paul Getty's statement is dealing still from a working class. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts and than my own, 100% of my own. So let's really examine that statement. He'd rather earn a 1% of 100 people's efforts, but I want to change that word to investments. Earn 1% of 100 people's investments that are versus 100% of my own. So therefore, that leverage principle that made him the first billionaire in the US is now a principle that you must learn to apply when it comes to the new industry of how people are earning quiet fortunes on the internet, and that is through passive leveraging residual income opportunities. So we have this dual system that works. If you're not one that has liquid cash or not in cash flow, what we've done is we've partnered with a powerful program, myself, Team Leverage, with Opportunity Launch Marketing System to help you get the momentum and leverage you need to build cash flow. That cash flow, we're going to help you combine it into compensation, into profitable investments and opportunities that are going to multiply the cash flow that you've made through, our leverage system, which we call passively and aggressively. So step one is the recycler plan for those of you that are ready to get into cash flow. This creates the leverage system. And what it does is it really changes the game on what we've seen on the internet that hasn't worked. I've gotten together with a mathematician from India. We ran the numbers on an Excel document spreadsheet of the quote splitting boards and 2x2s and cyclers to see exactly why they don't work. And it's no secret they don't work. We all have some that we have lifetime memberships now that we don't log into anymore. And the numbers are, in, and definitely not surprising that only 24% of the top people in the structure ever cycle or ever make any money, period. That means 76% of the people will fail no matter how many people you put into the structure. Proportionately, the numbers stay the same, whether it's 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people. Only 24% of whatever number you put into that structure are ever going to make any money. And then there is those who try to do the reentry plan, but still does not change the percentages of the people who earn. A lot of times when a person reentries, what we saw is that the person is earning twice or three times before many of the other people even earn once, because the reentry people are the people right back in at the top. So we are putting an end to those splitting boards, those programs, those things that don't work. And this is what is definitely going to change everything, is we've unlocked the code to having structures that multiplies positions. Listen, not people. See, if you continue to need people to come into your structure to be successful, well, we all know what people do. People, are imperfect, and unfortunately, that means your system is eventually going to fail. Because if you constantly need people and people, just the two get two to infinity, pretty soon you need the whole city in order for someone to cycle. So that model we know doesn't work. So to eliminate the continual need for masses of people to join, what we do is we recycle money. And what you have to do is you have to have a solution to something called the bottom. I don't care what structure you have. I don't care what you do. There is always a bottom. And if you don't have a solution for that bottom, eventually your system will bottom out. So what we've designed is a specific structure that is dynamic, meaning it only has 8 people that are going to come in underneath you. Those 8 people that give to you, you are going to give back to those same people more than you receive. So you are giving income and multiplying positions at the very same time back to the members you receive. This creates a win-win scenario. You receive and you give back more than you receive. And we can't trust for systems to do that. As you've seen with people, they try to have, you keep only 10% of the amount you earned, and then you're supposed to give 90% to the next board or the next level. And we know that never happens. And that's why those structures stall and fail. And if you think the numbers are bad for just the first board of only 24%, it gets even worse if you go 2, 3, 4, 5 boards. And so the admins and the people in these systems know that. And so what they do is say, well, you can pay up on the second and third level advance, and all you're doing is paying the top 24%. Again, because they know that you're never going to reach those levels. If I were to go ahead and have unmute the lines and have people raise their hands and say how many of you have been in board programs with 4, 5, and 6 levels, and how many of you got past 2, again, 76% of the people would say, hey, I never even got, anything at all. And that's the reason why. So here's the solution. When you receive, we recycle money down, and that recycle money down pays other people and creates multiple positions for you. See, that's different than recycling a person who then needs to, again, bring more people and bring more people. If you recycle money down, the money flows right back up to the people who gave to you. And multiplying positions for you each time that happens creates the momentum of additional earning income for you with those positions. So let me show you how more that works here. So when a person is in our system and they receive, that one position now multiplies with the cash into 2 positions. Those 2 positions then receive and earn 4, 8, 16, 32, and goes to infinite levels. Each time that cash is moved down to the bottom, it eliminates the need for people, because the positions and the money are filling the place of people. This is very important for you to understand. The more you cycle, the more we grow, the less people we need. And that's why eventually it will be perpetual, especially when you hear part B of this solution on why we won't bring anyone else into the structure. We may start a separate structure for those who want to be in that next team leverage system. So when you have the system also doing the same thing, see, instead of the admin taking money out of the program, siphoning people, with a monthly fee to be in the system, what you do is to be successful is you have the system give back more to the bottom. So the system actually gives back 4 positions to the bottom. That's 4 people each time the top 24%, if you will, were to make any type of money, they would give 4 times more back down to the bottom, giving back to more people to receive. The system, remember this, does not take anything out. It only recycles. And that's the reason we call it the recycler plan. So when you combine this, the system 4, 8, 32, 128 multiplying, you can see why we have way more positions than we'll ever have people. Now, when you combine these two things together, every single person that receives, more goes back down to the bottom from each individual person. Every time the system receives, goes down to the bottom 4 times. But it's even better than that because, like I said, remember, each one of us are going to give back more than we receive. So when you receive, not only are you putting your money recycled double down to the bottom, you're also creating a system position, every single one of us, that keeps money going to the bottom. So it's not only 4 system positions, it's actually 5. So 5 system positions plus your 2 going back down to the bottom, recycling money, creates a 7-time position creator. That multiple makes us grow faster than the people coming in or needed to come in. As you can see, 1749, 342, 2,400 positions of money that stays in the in the system, recycling only through your positions, of which then are going to keep multiplying over and over and creating more and more system positions each time your 2 position cycle that creates 2 positions, your 4 position cycle creates 4 system positions. So you can see how the multiple effect just keeps growing. Now, each time you recycle positions, you're pulling out, you're capturing $250 per position. So that is powerful. $250 for your first position. Those 2 positions then pay back down underneath. You now have 2 positions valued at 500, 1,000, 1,000, 4,000, 8,000. It doesn't stop. Of course, you can start with as many positions as you like, and each of those are going to multiply individually. Now, what we're doing as a system is we're teaching you how to leverage this money that we aggressively worked for, all promoting the team leverage system together, into outside marketplace investments that make those numbers grow even more exponentially. Now, again, either you're on one or the other side of the money. Either you have some savings, you have some capital that's liquid that you can put, because these investments are going to start, usually at $5,000, $10,000 or higher to get involved. So what we're creating with team leverage is, let's say we have a typical $10,000 investment that we know is going to allow us in the next 90 days to leverage that up to 50,000 and be able to pull out, 10,000 each month residually, keeping our seed in that particular investment. Well, what you're able to do is then take your team leverage aggressive dollars from the structure, the recycler plan, and maybe you put 1,000 towards that investment out of the 10, and someone else puts 2,000. Maybe they put 1,000 of their own and 1,000 from what they've got to the leverage, but they are again leveraging the club community together. And then when we're withdrawing, you're getting that percentage of the amount you put into that investment as part of the team leverage. Now, The system is also investing in that portfolio. And the system is going to again repurchase positions back in the recycler plan. And that's when we need even less people to even come in and benefit from the aggressive work that we've done and built together. We'll close that particular selling group, and that investment and that money that will constantly come will flow through that investment sale group. So the recycler plan helps you get into that cash flow to be involved in these investment opportunities. These passive income information we're going to be having through our club. We'll have owners come on and speak on our webinars, sharing about their program and their investments. So those that want to be a part of a sale group or get their own specific portfolio with that can get their questions answered, right through our community and right through the back office. You'll see different companies and links that you can do your due diligence on and decide which ones you want to invest in on yourself or with the team leverage principle. So earning income long-term, passively, and aggressively, that is the team leverage system strategy. So again, every day is another day you can, have a chance to change your life. Like I say to everyone right before this webinar, if you already had a system like this in place, for some reason, you saw fit to be on this particular information and webinar because you're obviously open and looking for something. Stay open-minded and look at another way to really leverage yourself with others. You can continue to go out and risk your own and be trial and error with different things, or you can really buffer and definitely leverage the knowledge of other people and other resources that we're going to be bringing to the table for you. And then there are those who definitely see what we have today, going to take action with us, get involved, help us aggressively, build a team to passively go into these opportunities together. For you, I'll say welcome, to the recycler plan and the team leverage, opportunity launch where we are teaching you really how to go out, share this information with others who are out there, just swimming amongst the sharks in these same, holiday and simple, programs that, really we already know the structures don't work, they haven't worked, but you've been looking for something new and now you found it. So with that, my partner Neville, I know he's been trying to get his microphone in here. If you're there, Neville, you can go ahead and unmute your phone and speak if you're able to do so. If not, we'll definitely post this in our training area and we'll definitely see you guys again each Tuesday night. Definitely invite your guests through the week to get plugged into the next webinar training. All right, good day, everyone.